Okay, so just a bit about myself, right? As I told you, my name is Saurabh, right? Currently, I work at IBM as a developer relations engineer for watsonx Data. watsonx Data is the data lakehouse, right? Where you store all set of data you have. So I'll just do not go into more technical details. Let's stick to Presto. So I'll just give you a context. What is Presto? How it works? Right? So let me give you the context that Presto is an open source SQL query engine, right? I'm assuming that most of you have not heard about SQL query engine, or few of them, right? So what is Presto? Let's keep it very simple, okay? So suppose you are the owner of a library or of a bookstore, right? And now today you want to access a specific book, right? And you want to know the author name, the price, and everything. But the challenge is you have lakhs of books in your bookstore, right? So obviously it will going to take a lot of time for you if you go through a manual process, right? So Presto is acting like a smart librarian. Let's assume, so you have multiple data stored at different locations. You are using MySQL, you are using MongoDB, you are using Postgres, right? At real time, you want to do some sort of analysis, combining all sort of data, right? But the challenge is you don't have to move the data, right? Or you don't have to duplicate the data. And if I'm talking about data, I'm talking about petabytes of data. I'm not talking about some GB, MBs of data. I'm talking about where petabytes of data is involved, right? As Ursh told in his previous talk, that social media, right, generating a lot of data, flights, right, travel, right, any sort of data, financial trading, any sort of data. So you have petabytes of data and you have to do the analysis. How you will do it? So Presto comes in that picture, right? So Presto actually developed by Meta in 2012, right? Before Presto, Facebook was using Apache Hive. So for Facebook, Apache Hive was slow, right? When they wanted to scale, they were not able to scale that, right? So then they introduced Presto in 2012. The challenge was because they were looking for some sort of solution which can connect with multiple data sources and create federated queries, right? And handle federated query engine. So Presto is a federated query engine, right? Which can handle federated queries. So in 2012, it became so popular because when they started developing it, the only agenda was to develop for their own ecosystem, for Meta itself. But in 2013, after 2012, it became so popular that they made it open source in 2013. After that, it enhanced a lot of data sources. It added most of the data sources, right? So the good part of Presto is it works on SQL query language. You don't have to learn any other language or any other database, right? So if you know SQL, then you're good to go with Presto, okay? Just I'll give you the architecture, right? The owner of Intellia, Mukesh Ambani, right, gifted a house, right, few years back to one of his employee. Yeah, Manoj Modi, right, one of his director, right? So let's assume, right, Manoj Modi is the man behind is the brain behind the business of Reliance, right, or business of Jio, right? Assume what. So as you can see, there are three important points in Presto architecture, right? The coordinator node, the worker node, and the data sources, right? So let's assume Manoj Modi is the coordinator node. That's the man behind the business, right? So in the Presto's architecture, coordinator is the brain behind of the complete task that it does, right? And client application, whatever you are using, Tableau, you are using Looker, you are using Superset, or whatever front-end application you are using, that doesn't matter. Presto works with everything. So coordinator node plans and schedule your query. For example, you have petabytes of data across the distributed data sources, and you run the query. So first of that query goes to the coordinator node, and coordinator node will plan that how this task will have to be distributed, okay? So Manoj Modi have multiple employees under his team. So that works is done by worker nodes, okay? And you can scale as much worker you can, right? So, but the coordinator will be one always, right? And you are using, as I said, many data sources, either using Hive, S3, SQL, NoSQL, whatever data source you are using, right? So you run Presto over that. Let's take a very basic example. You are using must be using any food delivery app, right, on daily basis, right? So suppose, for example, at every year you have to release a newsletter as a food owner company that which dish was the most ordered dish over your platform, right? So how you will do it? So you will just do the analytics because you have multiple sources, you have stored the data over multiple sources. You will just run the analytics, goes to coordinator, plan with worker, right? And the connectors. So there, as you can see, there is a last point that is connectors, right? So what connectors do? So connectors will translate your databases to Presto, right? If you are using MySQL, just use MySQL connector. If you are using MongoDB, just use MongoDB connector. If you are using Postgres, just use Postgres connector, okay? And then data sources, whatever data sources you have connected with. Use cases of Presto, where Presto is used, right? Real-time analytics. How many of you come today here with Uber or any app, right? Any ride booking app, right? Or you have used, must have used. You might have checked, then when you check the prices of on Uber specifically, let's see, you are booking an auto from point A to point B, it's showing the fare 107, let's suppose, right? But once instantly, what happens, it's if you do not book the ride and come back later, it shows 106 or 109. Sometimes it happens, right? Fraction of seconds, right? Why it happens? So what Uber does, so Uber uses Presto for that. So that comes from Presto. So that price change in Uber comes from Presto due to the analytics engine, okay? So once you see that price that is going up or less, right? That comes because Uber is checking that how many drivers are available in that particular location, right? Or how many rides are expected to become in that specific location, right? So that work is done by Presto, right? All other use cases are also there, ETL validation, other thing, customer analytics, right? So this is the power stack, right? As you can see, it is very flexible, right? And Presto is open source, as I mentioned. So either you are using a single, you want to use it on your computer, or if you are running a multi-millionaire dollar business, you can use Presto. You don't have to pay a penny on it, okay? So some of you might be confusing that either Presto is a database, right? No. So Presto does not replace databases, right? Or it is not a database. It works as a OLP, right? So that is the basic difference between Presto and other databases, because other databases does CRUD operations, right? But Presto is a query engine. It only does the analytics part, right? Not CRUD operations. As I mentioned, you can run Presto anywhere. Either you have your own cloud, you have your own specific design servers, or you can run Presto on your single system or on your local host, right? These people are using Presto at large scale, right? They have different use cases of using Presto, right? But IBM, Meta, Airbnb, some of these people are the core contributor of open source Presto, right? So if you guys are also the part of open source ecosystem, you can also contribute, right? We always welcome the contributors, right, towards Presto ecosystem, right? So as I mentioned, this is just another example of Uber, right? That how Uber works, right? I'll not go into that more depth, right? So Uber does the analytics engine, ride pricing engine, which I just discussed, right? Fraud detection. So some of you might be used that once completing the order, once completing the ride, Uber sometimes charge overpricing, right? If the ride was 105 and instantly it charged 115, right? And at that time, when you were booking the ride, you remember that at the time of booking, it was 105. Why it is charging 115 now, right? So some of the people, so due to that facility that Uber has infrastructure that you can refund your claim. You can claim your refund, right? During that chat, and anyone use that, right? But people misuse that as well, right? A lot of people misuse that as well. So that comes under the fraud detection as well. So what Uber does that reverse engineering through Presto. That what is the behavior of that rider previously, right? So how we can prevent that, okay? Demand forecasting and business analytics, right? These are the core use cases. So if you want to use Presto on Kubernetes, that easily deployable, right? This is just the basic basic architecture, right? That how Presto works with Kubernetes, right? And that's it how it looks like. Once you run the Presto on your server or in a local host, this is as you can see that SQL Client. So this is, previously there was no option of SQL Client, but now there is availability of SQL Client. So if you want to run query directly from Presto, you can do that, right? If you don't want to use any client like Tableau or Looker or Superset or anything, right? You can use SQL Client for your own usage as personal usage, right? So Presto is completely written in Java, right? I discussed about the coordinator, right? Remember? The Presto as an architecture of coordinator. So the coordinator architecture is completely written in Java, right? But now we have started development of Java of coordinator into work coordinator into C++, right? So if anyone wants to contribute to C++ Presto as well, they can, because it is also open source and it is built over Velox, right? As you can see, the Velox library. So Velox is also developed by Meta. I did a little bit of project for you guys. If you want, I can share it with you after this. So if Mukesh Ambani wants to do the analysis one day, right, that let's do how much business we are creating through subscriptions, right? So that you can do. And I have some data over 1 million and 2 million of people that I've hosted at localhost, right? And if you want to run the data, right, and if you do the analysis through Presto, so let's run this query, right? So this is the query. What this query does, for this query, every user who has watched at least one IPL match, right? Show me their subscription type, either they are free user or premium user, right? The match they watched, which match they have watched, right? And the time they started watching, okay? So I have created this for you. So I'm using, as you can say, Apache Zeppelin, right? As I mentioned, Apache Superset, Tableau, right? So I'm using Apache Zeppelin, right? That is much easier. So that is also open source, right? So as soon as I run this query, right, I get the data in tabular format, right? That how many people from Delhi, what their subscription type, what is their match ID, right? That is Delhi versus Punjab 2025. That is 64th match. That total 74 matches I think are there in IPL, right? Not sure, right? And what is their watch time in minutes, right? And so if I want to conclude this into better data analytics, I can do that as well, right? That is the feasibility of Apache Zeppelin. That's up to you that you want to use it, right? So that's the power of Presto, right? Because I am using two different databases. You might have seen this, MySQL and MongoDB. So at MySQL, I have stored two data, the subscription data of users and ad data. So I have 1 million subscription data and 2 million of ad data. Might be possibility that every ad viewer is not subscribed, right? So at the MongoDB, I have stored viewing logs and match events, right? So there are more than 3 million match events are there, viewing logs are there, right? So every viewer who is watching the match, either live, right? So that data is stored into MongoDB, okay? Thank you guys. If you want to be the part of ecosystem, please scan this, right? Let me share it. You can take a snap or, right? So be the part of Presto ecosystem, right? And it will, people from Adobe, people from Airbnb, people from Uber, right? A lot of contributors, a lot of users are there in the ecosystem, right? And it's a very vibrant community. So if you want to learn Presto, wants to understand Presto, right? Or just go home and download it and run it, right? Let's see how it goes, okay? Thank you.